Assalamualaikum and good day to our lecturer Dr. Jamaliah binti Muhammad Yusuf and to all my friends. When we shop online, our feelings often decide if we will return to a store. This emotional connection is key to customer loyalty. That is what our project is about. Today we are proposing a research study on the role of consumer emotion in driving loyalty in an online shopping environment. My name is Muhammad Hizami bin Mat Hashim, and here are my teammates Muhammad Fazli bin Abdul Ghani, Shafiq bin Arif, Absharina Ashikin binti Abdullah, Nurul Atikah binti Sharif, and Marziani Basaluddin. We will now present on our research plan. This is the agenda overview for our presentation. We will walk you through to the first three main sections, which is introduction, the literature review, and our research methodology. We will then briefly explain our plan for the final two chapters as well, which is data analysis and finding, and the final chapter will be discussion, conclusion, and the recommendation. Let's get started with the introduction. In an era where online consumers have endless choices, building emotional connection has become a crucial determinant of long-term consumer loyalty. Our study explores how different aspects of the online shopping experience, from the visual appeal of a website to its ease of use, shape a customer emotional journey. We will demonstrate how these emotions act as a powerful bridge, directly influencing whether a customer remains loyal to a brand. Let's begin by setting the stage with the background of our studies. Background of the study. To understand our research, let's start with how much online shopping has evolved. It is used to be a simple transaction, but now it is a full experience. Shoppers want more than just convenience. They want online platform to be engaging, immersive, and personalized for them. Because of this, the old rule for building consumer loyalty doesn't always work. Loyalty today is built on emotional connection and a great experience, not just on satisfaction. To analyze this, we are using a framework called SOR, Stimulus Organism Response. It is a simple way to understand consumer behavior. Stimulus is the website or app the customer is using. Organism, this is the customer internal reaction, what they think and feel. And response, this is what the customer does as a result, like becoming a loyal shopper. Within this model, we are focusing on 5 key elements of the experience, which is visual, intellectual, social, pragmatic, and emotional. This background helps explain the specific question our research will answer next. This brings us to the main problem we are here to solve. First, the competition is fierce. In the online world, keeping customer is everything, but it is hard when they can switch to another brand with a single click. Second, we have to move beyond price and quality. For decades, the business playbook was simple: have a good product and offer it at a fair price. But as you can see here, those traditional drivers are no longer enough to ensure repeat customer. Third, this leads to a major gap in our knowledge. Businesses know the online experience matter, but they don't know which part actually create loyalty. Is it the website design, the social features, or even how easy it is to use? Number 4, on top of that, there is the underexplored role of emotion. We all know that feeling drive our decision, but there is very little research that explains exactly how a customer emotional response to a website builds a bridge to a long-term loyalty. And finally, there is trust. In an online store, you can't see or touch the product. Trust is the only currency that matters. Yet, most research models completely overlook it. To tackle these exact set challenges, we are develop our research objective and question, which I'll walk you through now. To solve the problem that we identified, we set 3 main goals for our research. First, to analyze the effect of visual, intellectual, social, and pragmatic experience on consumer emotional experience. Second, we wanted to see if those emotions directly lead to customer loyalty. In other words, do good feelings make customers stick around? And third, we look at the bigger picture to see how all 5 experiences, including the emotional one, directly build loyalty. This goal leads us to 3 key questions. Number 1, how do visual, intellectual, social, and pragmatic experience influence a customer emotional experience online? Number 2, how does emotional experience mediate the link between online shopping experience and loyalty? And number 3, do visual, intellectual, social, pragmatic, and emotional experience directly impact loyalty in e-commerce? Answering this question was the core of our study. Now, let's talk about what we found and why it matters. Guys, so to wrap up, why does this research matter? As you can see, our study's significance is versatile. First, for theory, we are filling a major gap by being one of the first to clearly show how online experience create the emotional that lead to loyalty. This provides practical insight for retailers. Our findings are a playbook for businesses, showing them how to design emotionally engaging websites that keep customers coming back. It's about creating an experience, not just a storefront. Our work also helps in advancing experiential marketing. This means we are providing a clear framework for businesses to create online stores that are not just functional but also emotional powerful. While reinforces the SOR model, providing is a powerful and relevant tool for understanding shoppers in today's digital world. And finally, the timing is critical. With e-commerce bigger than ever, creating an emotional connection is how brands win. Our studies provide a roadmap for doing just that. With this importance of our work in mind, I will now pass it over to my colleague Marziani to present on the chapter 2.
Assalamualaikum, and my name is Marziani. I'm here to explain to you about chapter 2, which is literature review. So for introduction, our goal here to understand how online shopping experiences influence customer loyalty, with a special focus on the role of emotion experience as a mediating factor. To guide this, we use the stimulus, organism, response, or SOR as the theoretical foundation. And according to the Cajero, Martinez, and Vasquez Casillas, online customer experience can be broken down into 5 key dimensions, which is visual, intellectual, social, pragmatic, and also emotional. Each of these plays a unique role in shaping how customers feel and behave while shopping online. Understanding these elements helps businesses design better online platforms that meet both practical and emotional needs of consumers. Pragmatic experience. Pragmatic experience focuses on how easy and efficient the website is to use. This includes things like smooth navigation, clear pricing, and reliable delivery. A positive practical experience reduces frustration and creates emotional satisfaction, making customers more likely to return. An emotional experience. Emotional experience ties everything together. It relates one into another. It's about the feelings customers go through, whether it's excitement from a discount or frustration during checkout. These emotions are powerful predictors of loyalty. In online environments where face-to-face interactions is missing, managing emotional experience becomes even more important. And now, I would like to talk about theoretical framework, which is SOR model. So basically, this study is guided by the stimulus organism response model. In simple terms, the online shopping experiences act as stimuli. Emotional experience represent as the internal reactions, and customer loyalty is the response. So this model help us understand the full journey from browsing a website to becoming a loyal customer. In our framework, we focus on 4 types of online experiences, which is visual, intellectual, social, and pragmatic as stimuli. These affect the emotional experience, which in turn influences attitudinal loyalty. This structure allows us to study not only the direct effects, but also the mediating role of the emotions in building customers' loyalty. So based on this framework, we propose the following hypothesis, which is H1 to H4 examine how each of the experience visual, intellectual, social, and pragmatic affects emotional experience, while H5 looks at how emotional experience then influences the attitudinal loyalty. So together, these help us test and validate the SOR model in an online shopping context.
Assalamualaikum to Dr. Jamalia. My name is Nurul Atika binti Sharif. Today I will present chapter 3, which is a research methodology, which outline the approach taken in our study to investigate how emotional experience influence customer loyalty in online shopping environment. Research design. So our study adopt a quantitative cross-sectional survey design which is suitable, analyze causes and mediating relationship. So we use a structure questionnaire as a primary data as our main instrument and analyze the data using a structural equation modeling to test a relationship between variables. So the model includes 4 independent variables, which is visual, intellectual, social, pragmatic experience. So with emotional experience as the mediating variables and loyalty as the dependent variables. So our target population and sampling. So our target population consists of online consumer residing in Shah Alam who have made at least one online purchase in the last 6 months. So we use a non-probability convenience sampling due to time and access constraint. The sampling unit was an individual online shopper, and the sampling frame involved reaching respondents through social media, university mailing, and community forums. Sample size. So based on the Krejci and Monger table, the minimum sample size for a population over 700,000 is 254 respondents. But however, due to limitation, we successfully collected 97 complete responses, which is still acceptable for exploratory analysis and provides meaningful insight. So for the data collection procedure, we use Google Form to distribute the link of our questionnaire via online WhatsApp, email, and social media. So the collection process took up about 2 until 3 weeks, and we follow a structured timeline. So including questionnaire preparation, pilot testing, approval for our supervisor, and final distribution. So all responses were collected with informed consent and confidentiality assurance. So next is questionnaire development. The questionnaire was designed to measure 6 main constructs: the 5 dimensions of the online shopping experience and consumer loyalty. Each construct was measured using a 4 to 5 item adapted from previously validated academic sources, and score using 5-point Likert scale ranging from strongly disagree, number 1, and strongly agree, number 5. So the instrument was reviewed by our research supervisor, is Dr. Jamalia, to ensure validity and alignment with our research objective. Alright, next is a validity of instrument. To ensure content validity, we conducted a pilot test and sought expert feedback. To ensure the final version of the questionnaire was refined for clarity and consistency before using for actual data collection. So in conclusion, this methodology allow us to effectively investigate the relationship between online shopping experience, emotional responses, and loyalty. By using a structured and validate approach, we aim to contribute meaningful insight for both academic research and practical application in the e-commerce sector. Thank you for your attention. I will now pass the presentation to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum. I will present the findings from chapter 4 of my research titled The Role of Consumer Emotion in Driving Loyalty in Online Shopping Environment. This chapter explores how online shopping experience, such as visual, intellectual, pragmatic, and social aspects, influence emotional response, which in turn affect customer loyalty. So we go to the response rate. A total of 100 questionnaires were distributed and 97 were successfully returned and usable. This gives us a strong response rate of 97%, which is acceptable and reliable for data analysis. Number 3, the demographic profile of our respondents. First, in terms of gender, the majority of the respondents are female, representing 68.8%, while male respondents make up 31.3%. Next, looking at the age group, the highest proportion of respondents fall within the 26 to 35 years old category at 24.0%, followed by the 18 to 25 years old group at 18.8%. Others age group include 36 to 55 years at 12.5% and above 55 years at 16.8%, which indicates a fairly diverse age distribution among our participants. For the marital status, we found that 45.8% of respondents are married with children, while 38.5% are single. Meanwhile, 13.5% are married without children, and a small portion, 2.1%, are widowed or divorced. Regarding occupation, most of our respondents are working in the private sector, which accounts for 55.3%. This is followed by public servant at 15.6% and self-employed individual at 9.4%. We also have a small number of students, housewives, and those unemployed. In terms of education, the largest group has a bachelor's degree at 43.8%, followed by those with diploma or STPM qualification at 27.1%, and postgraduate degrees at 11.5%. A few respondents hold SPM qualification and professional certification. Finally, looking at the monthly household income, a significant number of respondents earn between RM 3001 to 5000. It's 36.6%, and RM 5001 to RM 7000, 37.5%. This indicates a middle income demographic, which may influence their purchasing power and loyalty behavior in the online shopping environment. Okay, we go to the respondent online shopping behavior. In this slide, we can observe several behavioral variables related to respondents' online shopping habits. First, regarding the types of products usually purchased online, the majority of respondents is 59.4% tend to buy clothing. This is followed by beauty products at 28.1% and electronic at 12.5%. When considering online purchases, price is the most important factor for 50% of respondents. Product quality comes next at 30.2%, followed by brand reputation at 13.5%. Only a small portion, 6.3%. When considering online purchases, price is the most important factor for 15% of respondents. Product quality comes next at 13.2%, followed by brand reputation at 13.5%. Only a small portion, 6.3%, consider environmental impact. In terms of shopping frequency, 44.8% of respondents shop online 3 to 4 times a month, while 40.6% shop 1 to 2 times. A smaller group shop more frequently, between 5 to 8 times per month. As for the average spending per purchase, most respondents, 43.8%, spend between RM 101 and RM 300. Meanwhile, 35.4% spend between RM 301 and RM 500. And only 7.3% spend above RM 501. In terms of payment method, bank transfer is clearly the most preferred option, used by 85.4% of respondents. Other methods like credit or debit cards are used by 9.4%, while e-wallets and cash on delivery are rarely used. Regarding the most frequently used online shopping platforms, Shopee is the most popular, with 49% of respondents use it. TikTok Shop comes next at 44.8%, while platforms like Shein and Lazada are used far less. Factor analysis. In this study, we use factor analysis to simplify and group the survey item into key experience dimensions like visual, intellectual, and pragmatic. We applied a method called principal axis factoring with varimax rotation to make sure each item fits well into its category. To confirm that the data was suitable, KMO value was above 0.6, so the sample size was good. Second, Bartlett's test was significant, meaning variables were related. Next, other tests like MSA, anti-image correlation, and communalities all passed the minimum value of 0.5. So the result showed that our items were valid and reliable for the next analysis.
Hi everyone, I'm here to present the key findings from Chapter 4 of our research project on the role of consumer emotion in driving loyalty in online shopping environment. This section focuses on our empirical results, especially covering the reliability of our measures, descriptive statistics of consumer experience, normality of our data, and the outcome of our regression analysis. Let's start with 4.6, which is reliability analysis. The core purpose of this analysis was to ensure that our survey questions consistently measured the intended concept. We used Robach Alpha for this, and we are pleased to report that all 6 of our constructs encompassing the various online shopping experience dimension and loyalty demonstrated acceptable to high reliability, with all Cronbach alpha values exceeding 0.7. For instance, pragmatic experience showed the highest reliability at 0.868, and even visual experience, our lowest was a strong 0.744. This robust result confirmed that our survey questions are statistically sound and suitable for deeper analysis, including regression and mediating testing. Moving on to our descriptive analysis, which provides a snapshot of our response perception of their online shopping experiences. We interpret mean score on a simple scale 1 to 2.33 as low, 2.34 to 3.66 as average, and 3.67 to 4.0 as high. First, the visual experience. This dimension which assess the aesthetic appeal and organization of online score, achieve a high overall mean of 4.20, indicating strong user satisfaction. Respondents particularly appreciated visually attractive design with a mean of 3.96 and clear high quality product visual, scoring 4.23. This confirmed that a good visual interface significantly boosts user interest and satisfaction. Next, we move to the intellectual experience, which measures how platforms stimulate consumer thinking and curiosity. This also scored high, with an overall mean 4.17. Our participants highly valued stimulating and informative content, with a mean of 4.22, and enjoyed discovering new information while shopping online at 4.19. This suggests that platforms offering engaging content and interactive tools effectively capture attention and encourage informed decisions. Let's go to part 2. Continuing with our descriptive finding, pragmatic experience, which captures the practical usability of online platform, received the highest overall mean score 4.22. This reflects strong user satisfaction with elements like ease of navigation, mean 4.01, a fast and convenient checkout process, mean of 4.28, and the ability to easily locate products, mean 4.32, which was the highest individual item score. This underscores that efficiency and value are paramount for a high quality online experience. For a social experience, the overall mean was 3.57, placing it in the average category, while respondents interact with others through reviews and forums, mean 4.03, indicating the relevance of peer feedback. Deeper emotional or communal ties and offline social sharing were less prominent. This suggests social features might be underutilized. Our emotional experience dimension scored a high overall mean of 3.88. This indicates that online shopping consistently evokes positive feelings like being relaxed and entertained, mean 4.05. Happiness, mean 4.0, and enjoy from finding great deals, mean 4.0 as well. These positive emotions are crucial for fostering long-term loyalty. Finally, the loyalty experience dimension show a high overall mean of 3.97, reflecting strong loyalty tendencies. Respondents express high loyalty to certain platform, mean 4.19, and a strong intention to continue using them, mean 4.0. This confirms that positive experiences, particularly emotional and pragmatic ones, translate into strong loyalty and advocacy. First, focusing on the influence of visual experience on consumer emotional experience, our line regression show a significant positive influence with a standardized beta coefficient of 0.470 and a p-value less than 0.01. This indicates that the better visual design directly leads to more positive consumer emotion during online shopping. In fact, visual experience alone explains 22.1% of the variance in emotional experience. Next, we look at the effect of intellectual, social, and pragmatic experience on consumer emotional experience. This multiple regression model was highly significant overall, explaining a substantial 47% of the variance in emotional experience. Individually, pragmatic experience showed the strongest positive effect with a beta of 0.466 and p-value less than 0.001. Social experience also had a significant positive influence, beta 0.199 and p is 0.025. However, intellectual experience showed an insignificant influence, beta 0.134, p is 0.321 on emotional experience. This suggests that in online purchasing, functionality and social connectivity drive emotional response more strongly than cognitive involvement. Next, a crucial step in our analysis was the normality test. We performed both Kolmogorov, Smirnov, and Shapiro-Wilk tests to check if our data was normally distributed, which is a key prerequisite for parametric statistical tests like regression. Our finding indicated that for all 6 variables, which is visual, intellectual, pragmatic, social, emotional, and loyalty experience, the p-values were consistently less than 0.05. This means that our data distribution were not normally distributed. Violating a key assumption, to address this, we applied log transformation and the other suitable statistical approach to ensure the validity of our subsequent regression analysis. Now, let's move into regression analysis. The primary goal here was to examine both the direct and indirect effect of the various online shopping experience, dimension, and emotional experience, and ultimately on consumer loyalty. We utilize linear, multiple, and process regression model to thoroughly test relationship. This slide addresses a key aspect of our research, whether emotional experience mediates the relationship between online shopping experience and loyalty experience. Our results show that there's a strong and significant direct effect with a beta of 0.6524 and a p-value of 0.0001. This means a positive OAC directly contributes to loyalty. To conclude our finding, here's a summary of our hypothesis testing result. H1, visual experience has a positive influence on emotional experience. This was supported, showing a significant positive influence. H2, intellectual experience has a positive influence on emotional experience. This was not supported, meaning no significant influence was found. H3, social experience has a positive influence on emotional experience. This was supported, indicating a significant positive influence. H4, pragmatic experience has a positive influence on emotional experience. This was also supported with a significant positive influence. H5, emotional experience has a positive influence on loyalty experience. This hypothesis was not supported, indicating no significant direct influence in our final combined model. This finding provides a valuable insight into the complex dynamic of online shopping experience and consumer loyalty in the e-commerce landscape. Thank you from my side.
My name is Shafiq bin Arif. So for today, I will present chapter 5, Chapter 5 brings the research to a close. Here we summarize what the study found, discuss what the result mean for practice and theory, and propose direction for future research. We also acknowledge the limitations of the study that should be considered when interpreting the result. Next, for the introduction, this part introduces the chapter and outlines what will be covered. Our conclusion based on the findings, practical and theoretical implications, study limitations, and suggestions for future research. So next is summary of findings. Our study confirmed that emotional experience play a mediating role between the online shopping experience and consumer loyalty. Among the experience dimensions, visual and pragmatic elements had the strongest influence. Social and intellectual experience also contributed, but to a lesser extent. Emotional experience is a key factor that connects user shopping experience to their loyalty toward the platform. So for the next slide, I will present discussions of research. In terms of our research objective, all were achieved. First, visual elements such as design and product display were found to significantly affect emotional reactions. Second, intellectual, social, and especially pragmatic factors like site usability contribute to emotional experience. Third, emotional experience was shown to have strong positive impact on loyalty. Finally, we found that each experience type can also directly influence loyalty, not just through emotions. So for the next slide will be implications of the study. From practical point of view, online retailers should focus on both emotional and functional aspect of the shopping experience. Good design and ease of use not only help users complete their purchases, but also make them feel satisfied and more likely to return. Theoretically, our study support the use of stimulus organism response model in online shopping by showing how emotional response connect experience with outcomes like loyalty. To the next slide, limitations of the study. There are some limitations to this study. The data was collected only from respondents in the Klang Valley, which limits how widely the findings can be applied. We also used only 97 respondents and relied on quantitative methods, which might not fully capture the depth of emotional response. Future research can build on this by using larger and more diverse sample. So to the next slide, recommendations for future research. For future studies, we suggest expanding the sample to include respondents from different areas and backgrounds. It would also be useful to apply mixed methods such as combining survey with interviews to gain a deeper understanding of consumer emotions. Other factors like trust or gamifications could also be explored. Finally, a long-term study would help track how loyalty develops over time. So to the last slide, which is conclusions. To conclude, this study confirms that customer loyalty in the online environment is not only about functions or convenience, but also about emotional satisfactions. Websites that are visually appealing, easy to use, and emotionally engaging are more likely to build lasting loyalty. The findings are useful for both research and online businesses.